So it looks like Gaijin has been somewhat paying attention to us over the forums because they had decided to change not a lot in this upcoming BR change, but enough to satisfy some of my curiosities as well as many others I found in my previous video, because you guys dropped almost 900, I think actually over 900-ish comments, and not a lot of you were very excited for these changes. But as always, before we go ahead and begin, I do want to let you know that everything you're going to be listening to here in this video is subject to change. They might remove things, they might add things, and I will be injecting my own opinions and comments about most of these changes, and maybe even injecting a bit of, what I'd like to see from Gaijin, such as the 279. Now, don't get me wrong, I love that vehicle very much. It is my baby. It is a meme of a vehicle, but let's be real here, it kind of deserves to jump on this list, which unfortunately you will not be seeing. I'm sure I'm gonna get some hate for it, don't get me wrong, I get it. I'm sad, but fair is fair, right? So with all that being said, let's begin. First, I'm gonna take a look at the dev blog, or the little changelog blog thing that Orson posted. I kind of miss Min posting this stuff up too. This guy's kind of new to me, but hey, Gaijin I think they're restructuring a little bit. I can't go into details why I say that. It does involve the CC, creator stuff, I guess. But with that still, again, being said, let's see about this, shall we? Below, we've highlighted some of the key changes made based on your feedback. That's right, guys. Oh, also, I'll have a link down to this in the description if you guys want to read into it yourself and scrutinize it as best as you can. This post was posted up 2 hours ago. Now, let's see what we have first. The IS-2 series, the 1944 of tanks, are seeing their battle rating increase, right? But they're going to be adding the BR-471D, which basically has better muzzle velocity and more armor penetration. I think you get about maybe 20-ish extra flat pan penetration. It's around that number, 20 or 30, which means that you're going to be having a more hard-hitting shell type that can deal with pretty much everything around its BR. I know a lot of you guys in my previous video were complaining that it was not a good change. Why are they moving that up while keeping some vehicles down low, etc.? And they heard you guys, but here, check this out. The IS-6 is also getting it added, seeing that it is seeing an increase to 7.7. That is fair in my opinion. That thing is kind of broken. But again, Gaijin did hear you guys because they are adding the KV-220 to 6.0. That thing is mean. That was probably one of the biggest or most comments on my video of just, why aren't they moving this up? Why are they moving up the Tiger? Blah, 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 right? And then next up, we have the DTC-10-125 shell being added to the MBT 2000, and they are moving it up to 10.7. From 10.0 to 10.7. I've been saying this since I made that video. Since I first saw it, it does not belong to 10.0 because it's basically a mini Type 99 or ZTZ 99. So seeing this vehicle be moved up to 10.7 while also getting a buff in firepower, making this comparable to that of the ZTZ 99, which is another whole battle rating above. I mean, it kind of puts it in the same spot that it was sitting at right now, but I digress. I'll keep it. China's not a hugely popular nation of War Thunder, at least not from what I can tell, unless you play in the higher tier environments, which you'll see Z10s and Z19s with those TY90s all over the place. And speaking of helicopters, we'll get into that in a second because Gaijin did do something very nice for us, and I've been saying this for a while too. The LVR BV701 is not being increased. Actually, hold up. We've decided not to decrease the battle rating. 10.0 to 9.3. Instead, will be decreased to 9.7. It's a sleeper of a SAM system. I will admit that. I've been killed by it dozens of times around this BR because it just gives you this whole idea of, oh, there's not going to be any SAM systems. I'll be okay. Let me do my low-end bombing runs only to get smacked by this thing. I would know. Trust me. And then next up, we have the Z9WA, which is having its battle rating increased. And they're also giving it the AKD-9 missile, which is the one, I believe the same one found on the Z19, which is good. I mean, the Z9WA is fun to play. It wasn't the best. Those TY90s are mean around its BR, but now they're balancing it a bit more while giving it better firepower. And when it comes to the aviation side of things, at least for the Swedish, the A32A and the J37 are all going to be decreased in battle rating by 0.3 BR, which is nice. I mean, I don't play it much. I can't really say if this is a good or a bad change, but it kind of is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about that, would you? And this is another weird one. I've been hearing this over the last year or so, the Wyvern being moved up by 0.3 BR in realistic battles. I've been hearing a lot of you guys talk about how that thing is kind of broken as hell and it's a pay-to-win premium. I mean, if this is the Wyvern from the British lineup, which I assume it is, let's be real here. It's British. They suffer. They need something broken for a little bit to kind of entice players to, well, play them because, come on, just Britain. It's Britain, all right? I'll leave it to that, all right? And then they also have some more changes to the Mi-28A. It's finally seeing an increase by 0.4. I think this moves it up to 10.7 from 10.3. This is such a wonderful helicopter. But now, since its initial introduction, it's moved up from 9.7 to now 10.7, or at least it's going to. This is a necessary change. This helicopter is broken. I would know. I abuse it. I've gotten nukes in this thing. It's so stupid, and now it's going to fight in a very proper area to where it will do good. It will still do very well, actually, but nowhere near as well as it used to, at least when it first came into the game. And they've also done some changes to the M82 shells fired from the 90mm, found on the M26, etc. Apparently, let me read it to you guys, okay? Shells that have a lightweight powder charge will have it replaced with a more powerful one, which will lead to an increase in the maximum shell speed from 813 meters a second to 853, and accordingly, an increase in armor penetration, which means that they're getting a buff to their firepower, which is good. I mean, 6.367 is one of my favorite areas for the Americans, so absolutely. The ASU-85 is getting a rate of fire increase from 8.4 to 10 rounds per minute. That's good. That's awesome. The ASU-85 is a mean vehicle. If you put that thing with some bushes and you put it in a good spots, oh man, that thing, doesn't it have an optical rangefinder? It's been a while since I've played it, all right, but trust me, that thing is dangerous as hell. The Chaparral, the 72A, MIM 72A, excuse me, which is the default missile, will be replaced with the C version and the E version being added as well, which is good because the A model sucked. I've been playing with that thing for a little bit and I absolutely despise it. So giving it the C version stock is going to make the grind for it very simple. I had to GE the damn thing a little bit just to, you know, not suffer from that grind, which is kind of crap. It is what it is. And then the SU-51, the shrapnel shell will be removed. I don't play this thing. I forgot it even existed, so I'm sorry. So when it comes to the official list found in the charts here, I'm not going to go through every single bit of it. There really isn't too much that changed. The Yak Panthers are going to have an increase of fire rate from 7 to 8 rounds per minute. That's really one of the biggest highlights for that vehicle. I don't play those types, so I can't tell you if it's a good change or not. But having better rate of fire for anything is pretty well for the most part. And if we go all the way down this list, you'll see the big changes that they are mentioning, right? Some vehicles not being moved up to 7.0, etc. I didn't think they were going to anyways for the most part, but you can see this list right here. The T26E5, T25, M36 GMCs, the Super Hellcat, and the M4 T26, all getting their 90mm shell increase, their M82, excuse me, their muzzle velocity increase. I'm sorry, I just woke up, so bear with me if I slip up a little bit. Which means that, again, better firepower, better performance overall, I would think. You probably won't notice it. Who knows? And that's it. That's all the changes for this one. I tried to make it as brief as I possibly could. But as always, I want to know what you think down in the comment section. Can we break 1,000? We probably won't be able to, but 1,000 comments on a video, that'd be nuts. I don't think I have any with that. Oh man. But guys, do me a favor, would you? If you enjoyed this talking head video talking about these BR changes, let me know either in the comment section, drop a like, hell, even subscribe to the channel if you guys want to help me get to that 100,000 subscriber count, which would be insane. I just want that plaque. What I really want to showcase in the backdrop, right? If we hit it, cool. If we don't, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I will be done with the day for the most part. My butt is going to be sticking in some VR chat and some other VR games because I'm finally playing it once again, because why the hell not, right? And I will see you not only in the next video or even the streams, but most certainly in the Field of Thunder. Yeah, I'll see you next time.